Full house. Wow. Those of you who know of the showroom know that this makes my heart just flutter. Are there many people here that are new tonight? Cool. Well, then you're sitting in the right seats. Because if you were sitting in the ones back there that were the theater seats that I got from the Jehovah's Witnesses, you'd have to be careful in case you want to start knocking on the door and handing out literature. You'd have to resist. Now, one of the things I like to do with people, I've probably done this before, but I haven't seen this for a while. And like, I like props, as you may have noticed. I've got a lot of things here. None of it's for sale. Matter of fact, I'll tell you that story a little later. But nothing's for sale. No one ever gets away with anything here, except two people. But anyway, one of the things I procured along the way, it's called a Weight Watch. And the reason I bring it out is because we want to make sure the audience is paying attention. And this will be done at a volume that if you can hear it, then I know you're ready. Okay, let's try it. Hey, isn't that the coolest? Why didn't these sell? Why aren't these in everybody's household? And it's got little 5 buttons on the front so that every member of your family can have their own date. So at the end of each one, you get on here and you go, it's, Johnny. Well, it doesn't say your name, but it goes, you have gained 3 pounds since yesterday. Have a nice day. Got a lot of stuff like that. Matter of fact, having all this weird stuff, there was a little story about this wonderful lady, Connie Kaldor, is there haven't been many people at all who've ever got anything out of me, out of this place, except for Connie. She found a little duck that had a brass duck, not one of my regular ones, but a brass duck that had an umbrella. And she wanted it. And, well, she stole my heart with her music, and she steals my heart every time she comes here. And tonight she's going to steal our heart again. Connie Kaldor, let's give it up for her, please.
Hello, welcome to the Duncan Showroom. We've got the little platform here, the lit platform, in case somebody wants to get up and dance in the middle, go dance. There's always that possibility. Can, we can supply a can if necessary. I'm up here. I'm the Connie Kaldor with my family band. Yep, we are one accordion away from a gig in Saskatchewan. The whole family up here, and we've got lots of family in the audience and friends, and we're just delighted to be here. We're going to start off with because of course, being from the prairies, we're always just so overwhelmed by the mountains and hills and things like that. We pay attention to those things out here. I know you're blasé. You could care less. Mountains, yeah, what are the hills? All you just take it for granted. Whereas us, we revere them in a certain way. Any little small incline, we are naming. But they are magnificent, and every time I come back here, I am struck again by the beauty of this place, the beauty of this amazing province and the mountains. We came back through Penticton and the sun was shining. We felt like we were in a I Love BC video for the whole entire drive. So this song I thought was perfect to start our shows out here on this little round. It's called Hymn for Pincher Creek. But I think it says something about why this is such a spectacular place to be. I look to the hills from whence cometh salvation. I find strength in the quiet road. And when I feel myself troubled, I look to those hills. The quiet green quiets my soul. Oh, I never will leave my hills of salvation. No, you never will get me to roam. For all the silver and gold that this world can hold is nothing compared to a home. Oh, there's some that say take all you can from this world. It's dog eat dog from the start. But what good is your finery if in your last days You cannot find peace in your heart. Oh, I never will leave my hills of salvation. No, you never will get me to roam. For all the silver and gold that this world can hold is nothing compared to a home. Oh, there's power that comes from money and fear. Oh, a man can do. But the power that rests in those God-given hills is the power I know to be true. Oh, I never will leave my hills of salvation. No, you never will get me to roam. For all the silver and gold that this world can hold is nothing compared to a home. Thank you. Yes, welcome to Friday night date night at the Duncan Showroom. And we just found out that tomorrow is hockey night in Canada, or hockey day in Canada right here in Duncan. It's pissing rain out there. Wait a minute. No, hockey. No, we're from the prairies. Hockey invites frostbites to exposed flesh. That's where hockey comes in. Wait a minute. This is just too nice out here. This should be like in some place where you're miserable to play hockey. I think it's not a prerequisite. Why do you think all those hockey players come out of Saskatchewan and Alberta, other than the fact that they're trying to get a job and get out? Because it's cold there. There's nothing else to do but curl or hockey. That's it. Although I do love curling. It's just something I think most women like curling because it's just the thrill of seeing men sweep.
Why are you looking at me?
No, there's a... So I just want to welcome you all tonight and kind of let the day because it's the West Coast. I know you're pretty laid back, but really, I really know what goes on beneath all that laid backness. Hours of gardening, hours of planning late, and I know even now, even though in this thing you call winter, even though you aren't out there shoveling, some little part of you probably was from the prairies and secretly thinks you should be punishing yourself for being out of winter. Some part of you thinks you should be out there doing something. You should be knitting, crocheting, growing sheep, maybe making your own, weaving things. You should be out there, trying to find your inner child. You should be out there doing things. You should be making soap in your backyard. You should be, making little balls. You should be learning exercises. You should be doing yoga, not even just regular yoga, hot yoga. Because regular yoga is just too easy. You got to be out there suffering on some basic level because you don't have winter so bad here. Some part of you makes, I should be doing things. I shouldn't be just sitting around. I should be making. I could be making bread. I could be composting things right now. I should be out there composting things in my backyard. I shouldn't be just sitting here enjoying myself. I should be doing things. I should be fermenting things. I should be getting little jars and putting little vegetables and fermenting. I should make kombucha tea. That's what I should be doing. I should be just sitting here enjoying myself. I should be out there. I should be doing things. I should be taking a night course right now. I could be learning how to speak Italian. I could be learning how to speak French. Je suis un chien. That's the kind of thing I could be learning right now. Wasn't sitting here enjoying myself. I should be just sitting here enjoying myself. I should be making my own clothes. I should be making leatherworks. I should be out there doing things. I should be learning how to play the mandolin. That's what I should be doing instead of just sitting here enjoying myself. What was I thinking? I should be doing things. I should be raising money for David Suzuki. I should be out there trying to save some species. I should be out there making my own things. I should have chickens in my backyard growing my own little eggs. I could be making myself. I could be exercising all of my shiatsu point right now. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. I had a little thigh master. I come out of me in great shape by the summer. What was I thinking? Just sitting here enjoying myself. I should be out there. I should be doing things. All the little things you just know. You should be doing all the gardening. You should be planning everything. You should be getting seeds. You should be making little seed things in little pots. You should be getting little egg cartons and putting them in. You should be doing recycling things. You can be making your own compost in the backyard. You put in those little eggshells in little pots because you just know you should be bettering the world and all of that stuff. Because so if you're just going to that long list of things you know you should be doing to make the world a better place, all the little things you'd be doing, all the little compost and little things you should be building in your backyard, little bird feeders, little seeds, little things, little bulbs putting out there that you missed putting it in the ball, putting them in right now, and if they're hoping that they come up anyway, and your neighbors won't know that you've got to put them in the ball. All those little things we just know. We just want to word you in that little word because this is what the West Coast. It's what everybody expects of the rest of Canada. We just have one little word we hope you're doing because the rest of us aren't. That little word is relax. What's your hurry? Why don't you slow down? still keep going round. Take a little break, take a little time. The way you live on is a crime. You're in the rat race, you wanna be a winner, but you treat your life like a TV dinner. If you take a break, the world won't end. You're the youngest now that you'll ever be again. Relax, relax, oh, won't you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, so what you worry? The world will still keep going around. But you get yourself in a mighty big knot, thinking of the things that you haven't got. You're working so hard, you're running so fast. The life that you're passing won't last. You haven't half the time to take a walk in a while. You are a slave to your lifestyle. Relax, so what you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, so what you worry? The world will still keep going round. 'Cause what will you remember when it's all said and done? Life must be tasted. What will you remember when it's all said and done? You'll think of all the time that you should have wasted. Relax, so what you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Now imagine this feeling relaxation as you start to feel in the Duncan Showroom, fanned by the kind of reflected off of the surface of 108 little silver ducks. That feeling rising up, warmed by the small thrift store lamps, up through all the way to some woman in her Duncan Heritage home who's making cranberry compote or homemade haggis for the Robbie Burns feast later. And some part of her sitting in the kitchen, some part of this feeling enters her head as she's cutting out with the pinking shears a little gingham top for her compote. Martha Stewart has help. She's just gonna chuck those pinking shears, leap in her car. In about 10 minutes she'll be walking into the Duncan Showroom because she wants to catch the last few songs of Connie Kaldor. Yeah. Whoa, relax, so won't you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, so won't you worry? The world will still keep going round. Why don't you just relax? Thank you. Well, it's always hard to choose songs because I started my career out here on the West Coast. And I have lots of friends out here. It's always great. This song, oh, gotta get it on the right. Oh yeah, I've got it up to far. Okay. Capo 2 and D. Look, Connie, pay attention. Don't just talk to the audience. Don't just keep talking. They came here to hear you sing, Connie. All your little reflections on love in Saskatchewan. There's probably some Saskatchewan people out there. Little prairie dogs from Alberta or Manitoba with their little wheat in their suitcases. Their little jelly molds stuck on the side of their home. Their little ancient memorial bag of craft miniature marshmallows and can of fruit cocktail. Part of their ancient rituals from the past. Actually, if you could somehow stuff an Nanaimo bar into a pierogi, you'd have the two main food groups of the prairies covered right there. But this song was directly inspired by a contest the CBC had a few years ago where they had you call in and nominate a place in your home province, and then you'd vote for which place got, and the one that got the most votes would get us, you know, they'd force some Canadian folk singer to write a song about it. Doesn't anybody find that kind of slightly pathetic that we have to do this in a country? Did Willie Nelson get paid for writing Lukenbach, Texas? Chicago, was it paid for by the CBC? No. Anyway, I was, of course, looking at Saskatchewan, which is my home province, just to see, you know, what was going to win. Is that, you know, I've written a few songs about places in Saskatchewan. So. And there was Love Sask on the list, which I thought, oh man, that's, I don't know if any of you know, Love Sask, most maps don't even have it on there. It's like a perfect metaphor for love. You can't find it. You just stumble on it across going to someplace else. There's no services. Perfect, you know. It's way out there in strange places. And I thought, oh man, this has got to win. People have got to vote for this just because you could have a song written about this place. But of course there was Regina on there too. That is my hometown. It's a lovely place. But songwriting, the rhyme possibilities alone with that one should have just put it to the bottom of the list. What were they thinking? After nothing can be finer, it's downhill. But of course Regina won because there's more people in Regina and they voted for themselves. And I just felt sad that Little Love, because it doesn't have many people, did not win that contest, and it deserved it. So I had my own contest and it won. I'd never really talked about love much. I talked a lot about Climax, Saskatchewan. That was a lot more fun, and a little further south. As someone once pointed out in a show of mine, he yelled from the audience, "Yeah, and you have to go through Conquest and Big Beaver to get there." They're not quite as good as Newfoundland, but we're working at it. So, this is my song for love. Have you ever been in love? Saskatchewan, it's a little town somewhere out there along the tree line. If you go too fast, you might drive on past. But if you find yourself in love, you can take it as a sign. I think farm women gave the name to love. Saskatchewan, they said, name it for us instead of some old leaders dead and gone. 'Cause we work so many hours, we grow our own flowers. And when times are tough, love's all that keeps you hanging on. So when you're heading into love, don't expect a four-lane highway. It's off the beaten track, I'm sure you'll find your way. Blue or starry skies above, the lucky and the shy say, when you are in love, that is a place you wanna stay. When you are in love, that is the place you wanna stay. Some night you might be headed back to love, Saskatchewan, or a heart with many pages you have yet to read. 'Cause life can summer fall off, and the rest is gone to sea. So when you're heading into love, don't expect a four-lane highway. It's off the beaten track. I'm sure you'll find your way. Blue or starry skies above, the lucky and the shy say. When you are in love, that is a place you wanna stay. When you are in love, that is the place you wanna stay. Midnight can be kind of dark in love, Saskatchewan, except when the northern lights shine on all you need to see. You can leave that city glare, there's nothing for you there. And every little light's a welcome when love's where you wanna be. So when you're heading into love, don't expect a four-lane highway. It's off the beaten track. I'm sure you'll find your way. Blue or starry skies above, the lucky and the shy say. When you are in love, that is the place you wanna stay. When you are in love, that is the place you wanna stay. When you are in love, that is the place you wanna stay. Thank you. Well, backbone of any songwriter's career is not the happy songs about love. No, it's the sad songs of betrayal and heartache. And I don't know, lately it just seems like, I don't know if you have any of you have been dumped in the last month and have come here. Friends have dragged you here to see this Canadian folk singer, trying to keep you occupied, forgets what's their name. Well, this is kind of a GPS for heartache, and having, negotiated that country for several times, having gone there without a map and gotten lost in it for quite a while and managed to find my way out. Having discovered country music, that's what get me through it. I never understood country music until I'd been dumped, and then all of a sudden, you're cheating hard. It made sense. And this song is not really a folk song either. When you're dealing with betrayal and heartache and all of that, folk music, it's not really an excellent way to go with that kind of sentiment. It's just too forgiving. Oh, you've left me and I see the lights have turned to gray. And now we'll sit and talk about it until it goes away, So this is country music. This is heartache. For those of you that have entered Heartacheville, have been there, might be there again, this is Welcome to Heartacheville. And Alexi, although he has been trained in many styles, is now going to bring out his excellent country fiddle skills here, right? Alexi? Welcome to Heartacheville. Say goodbye to your smile. You won't be here forever, but you might be here a while. We've got a cafe called Been Cheated On. The daily special's humble pie. Or you can get a room down at Regret Hotel just for having a good cry. not good enough. That well-known cul-de-sac is right next to the roundabout, called I Think I'll Take Them Back. 'Cause you think you'll never love again, but of course someday you will. But until then, you're in Heartacheville. Welcome to Heartacheville. Betrayal's our main drag. You can roar past trying to work it out, all the way to pack your bag. We've got that scenic view called Love is Blind, where some are known to fall. Or you can stop at I've Been Left Behind. That's where you wait for their call. 'Cause you think you'll never love again, but of course someday you will. But until then, you're in Heartacheville. We've got a bar called The Last Chance. It's got a bitter drink called They Found Someone New. We got a motel called Romance, but it has no room for you. Every band here plays the blues. Every love song here is sad. We got a freeway called Get Even, and it intersects with Mad. It might lead you out of town, away from memory lane. But when the sun goes down, you're back again. Okay, Alexei, let's play the saddest solo in the world. Is that not the saddest country solo in the world? Welcome to Heartacheville, corner of tequila and lime, and that's the closest that you get round here to having a good time. 'Cause you think you'll never love again, but of course someday you will. But until then, you're in Heartacheville. In the middle of, they're the only one for me, just a little ways from, thank God I'm free. Welcome to Heartacheville. Ah, okay. Okay. Crossed out. Okay. Got a set list wars here. What to sing? What to sing? This is an old song, a song from a long time ago. It's for those long distance love. If you're in love with somebody that's far away, this is the song for you. You're going to want to hear it. You're going to want to download it. You're going to want to send it, learn it. It's an old song. And we just decided to do a little simple version. I've been counting the sleeps, crossing off the days, keeping myself busy in all sorts of ways. And you're out there working, I guess I shouldn't mind. and blind, and why aren't you here on a night like tonight? And why aren't you here when the moon is shining so bright? It's a night custom made for two, and one of them should be me, and the other should be you. So I've sat out on the porch in my t-shirt and underwear. I sat out in the dark so the neighbors wouldn't care, and I cried to myself about some things in my day. Friends can hurt you the most, I'd say. But what you gonna do when you're down there on the ground? I know you would hold me if you were around. And why aren't you here on a night like tonight? And why aren't you here when the moon is shining so bright? It's a night custom made for two. One of them should be me, and the other should be you. But you're halfway around the world in a place called Heartache. The whole band sharing one room in some cheap French hotel, and you sat sipping Cinzano in a little cafe. And even though you were broke, you still called me anyway. And you said, why aren't you here on a night like tonight? And why aren't you here when the moon is shining so bright? It's a night custom made for two. One of them should be me, and the other should be you. But it's still 10 more sleeps till you'll be home again. My love's not like that moon, it doesn't wax and wane. And anyway, that moon will shine once again, even if it's round and paper and taped to the window pane. And why aren't you here? Thank you. Well, we're going to get you singing now. Oh, I've got, this is my second coat. I can maybe do a costume change at one point in our show. I just managed, I left it out here. It's a beautiful coat. Sheila Rogers gave it to me because I've decided that my style is early Sheila Rogers. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's Melton wool. It's excellent for this part of the world. I'm just going to put that there in case things get really crazy and I need a costume change. Just in case you're wondering what that thing was at the end of my... What is that at the end of her? This song is a kind of a gospel style song. It's not a gospel song per se, but it's kind of in that tradition, which is just a wonderful tradition. It's not my tradition particularly. I didn't really grow up in a gospel singing kind of church. I grew up in the Central Lutheran Church in Regina, Saskatchewan. It wasn't a really swinging, get down kind of place. Most of the organists, their only swing was when they'd kind of slow down towards the end. That's about it. Kind of like a tractor pull, some of them. Kind of like a tractor pull. But I went to the Regina Public Library, and I was in the folk scene. I heard a lot of great gospel music. And it has a sing-along part. It's a pretty easy line. It goes like this. I'm gonna love you. Pretty wild coming out of the prairies, I know. You want to try it? I'm gonna love you. Sounds like mostly women singing out there. I know it's a little scary. If there's any guys from the prairies out there, it's always a very uncomfortable thing having to sing that line, I know. And it goes against the prairie culture out there. There's the old prairie joke. Did you hear about the guy who loved his wife so much he almost told her? That's a prairie joke. Here we go. I'm gonna love you. Oh, that's good. You can sing harmonies if you like. Here we go. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Ooh, I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. I'm gonna love you, just you wait and see. You've never been loved by anyone till you've been loved by me. I'm gonna love you in the morning, and I will love you all night long. I'm gonna love them right back into you, and I'm gonna love away the wrong. I'm gonna love you. Oh, yes. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Ooh, I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that. There's an organ sound on here. I'm gonna love you, just you wait and see. You've never been loved by anyone. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Is it cooler than the piano? Okay. I'm getting a little excited about this now. Okay. Let's see, we'll take the second verse. I just got excited there. Love is crazy. It's a runaway train. There are those that pick you up, toss you around, and then drop you off again. But I'm not like that. I won't play that game. I love you, and I want you, and I'll always feel the same. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Ooh, I'm gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Oh yes, I
Okay, that was a bit spontaneous. Perhaps in poor taste. There you go. What? Oh, okay. Enough from ridiculous to the sublime. Both of my sons, Alexis Campagne and Gabriel Campagne, they all have their own, each have their own groups that are going in Montreal now. Montreal kind of happening bands. And so I thought over the night I'm going to give each of them a chance to show what they do in their shows. So this is Alexis' turn.
Thank you. I haven't even done anything yet. Great. Great audience. All right. So, I studied jazz violin in Paris, which is great. Really cool place. You guys should go there. It's pretty cool. You should visit. When I was there, I was studying. I was playing a lot of jazz, and the more I did it, the more I really liked the music. I was really getting into it. I just really didn't like to play it so much on the violin. I found it was really hard to. It's a tough instrument. And so I was singing a lot more. And I got to a point where I was like, man, I really wish I played like the piano or the guitar or something like harmonic so that I could like accompany myself singing. And then everything would make so much more sense. It'd be so much easier. I could just accompany myself. I could sing songs and, and then because I had a lot of time, I just realized, well, why don't I just accompany myself on the violin? I mean, I could try, right? And
just because nobody's done it before doesn't mean it can't be done.
Yeah. So I decided to do a cover of this well-known song to try that out, and it turns out that it's like one of the best arrangements that I've come up with so far. So, I'm still doing it. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. And I know how to leave young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ooh. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ooh. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. know, I 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 know how to leave young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. No, it's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you a taste of what they're doing, because hopefully you get a chance to see their groups when they're bands. Well, it's kind of been about love here, love and hockey, I guess, since hockey is kind of a balancing it out. I know. I just can't imagine all the work that went into getting the hockey day in Canada here. How many people had to do? Just the amazing amount of stuff you have to do to get that to come to your town. Unbelievable. All the restaurants were full. I know that much. Every once in a while you have these friends that are just wonderful, these wonderful, great-hearted people that are your friends, and they're always the sweetest people that this happens to. Their first love, they just, you met them. When they come and they introduce you to this guy that they fall madly in love with, this is real, this is the real thing, and you look at the guy and the friend, and then you just want to go, no, stop, where are the relationship police? No, just back up. It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work at all. You don't say that, but that's what's going through your head as you smile and go, oh, how nice to meet you. Oh, you must have so much in common. No, of course you don't say that because you're their friend. But inside your head, you're... Anyway, and it's always those innocent hearts that seem to get hurt so badly. This song is about that. Someone opened your heart, let the wind blow through. It rattled your bones like a broken fence. Someone opened your heart and let the wind blow through. They scattered resolve and your common sense. They made a lie of the word true. Someone open your heart and let the wind blow through. And it's a cold wind, bringing snow. It's a wind that reminds you of all you don't know, and you struggle to close it, but there's nothing you can do. Someone open your heart and let the wind blow through. Someone opened your heart, let the wind blow through. Someone opened your heart and let the wind blow through. They overturned all that you carefully built. You just let them waltz in. You had no clue they would open your heart and let the wind blow through. And it's a cold wind and rain. It's a wind that reminds you again and again that you liked it at first. Ah, but like wild things do, they can open your heart and let the wind blow through.
Una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suoi spuntò. Quelle festose giovani invidiar sembrò. Che più cercando io vo, che più cercando io vo, mamma, sì mamma, lo vedo.
Someone open your heart and let the wind blow through.
Gabrielle Campagne. Ran into a friend of mine from Victoria actually when I was at a conference called Folk Alliance, and it was I have to give you a little bit of history. I came up, I've been doing this a long time. I've traveled all over the country, the US, States, and India, all over places. But I started out my career in the Canadian folk scene, and I broke into the States by opening up for Stan Rogers. Now, he let me open for him. It was quite cool. I just went across the States opening for Stan, and so I heard his show every night, and I love his writing. But you like songs, but there's one kind of part of his repertoire that I was always secretly envious of, and it was all the sea shanty songs, Barry Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again. I was told to cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. And he had all these songs of like shipwrecks and disasters and stove off me legs. I mean, where do you ever get to write a line like that? And I just love them because they have, people just wanted to pick up their beer glass and slam it on the table, and sing along. And they always had this great feel to them. So when you hear something you like, you think, oh, I just like a song like that. But I realized I come from the prairies. Waving wheat. There's just no way I could get away with writing a sea shanty or something like that. So I kind of left that small dream in my heart, just kind of put it aside. And I lived in Vancouver. I Rhode Island Santa. I lived by the ocean for a while, but I just felt like I couldn't really do it properly. I couldn't write the sea shanty thing, unless I'd been around the Horn and hadn't gone there. So I let that little dream aside, and until I was there at this conference, and I ran into this friend of mine who had been dumped by her husband of many, many years. we're talking about her. She's a singer and a songwriter and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, these two things just came slamming into my head, and I realized there are many different kinds of shipwrecks. There are many pirates out there that do not live on the sea, that cast you adrift. Steal all you have and go. So I realized then, I could do it. I'm going to write a she shanty. This is our she shanty, and I hope you sing it to the tops of your lungs in some bar sometime, the chorus, and I hope you have a flagon of ale in your hand, and there's a round table, and I'll be walking past some bar in Duncan someday, or Victoria, or somewhere up island, and I'll hear this song coming out of there, sung by these loud, fabulous voices, and I know my dream will have been realized. So come all you women whose hearts have been broken, throw rose petals down at your feet, so you will remember that every step forward is better than one in retreat. And come all you women whose hearts have been broken, I'll feed you on peaches and cream, so you will remember things sweet in season. The rest may look good, but they're not as they seem. And oh, those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And all those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. So come all you women whose hearts have been broken, I'll pour you a glass of good wine, so you will remember that if you've been crushed, things can get better with time. And come all you women whose hearts have been broken, come sing a few songs round the fire, so you will remember that major or minor, solo, duet, you're still part of the choir. And all those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And all those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. 'Cause they're shallow and deep, there's crazy and sane, ones you lose, ones you keep, ones that you loved in vain. They're also nice at the start, it's a throw of the dice in the game of the heart. So come all you women whose hearts have been broken, I'll gather around all your friends, so you will remember with each piece of chocolate, some good things last and some come to an end. And all those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And all those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. And all those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And all those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. 'Cause they're shallow and deep, crazy and sane, ones you lose, ones you keep, ones that you love in vain. They're also nice at the start, it's a throw of the dice in the game of the heart. So come all you women whose hearts have been broken. Thank you. We'll take a short break. Thank you.
Out on the valley looking down by past and future corner. On this journey I have found new friends and loves that will remain on. Empty out my pockets, ripped on memories.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for getting all settled in. That's really cool. You may be wondering what it was as I was making that wonderful sound with that floaty kind of sound. It actually is a nose flute. One of those instruments that no one ever wants to borrow, you know? Oh, anyway, forget it. What's my favorite? Oh, yeah. Very nifty, eh? The reason I bring that up is because years ago, I think I got a chance to give one to Connie, but her son's got one, the tall one, and we were just back out there jamming. It's just amazing. I actually borrowed his. The thing is, a lot of people say it's not music. Kind of things to go with it. By the way, now that you're all here and you're having a good time, I'm going to bring up a little quick subject here, and for those that are watching tonight, of the over 105,000 views. But one of the things we've been doing is we discovered last Monday that the building that had been up for sale has actually been sold as of March 16th. But way back in the beginning, I signed a little thing that says I get rights of first refusal. Now, I know that the people who want to take it over might give us a year or 2 years to continue our lease, so we can live it out, but they don't want to see it extended and be what it is. So one of the things we've started mounted was a GoFundMe project. And we're going to see, if not actual cash, at least with pledges, to see if we can get to 150,000. I have someone who's actually offered to put up the mortgage for the rest of it to pay for the building, which would be really nice, because then we could kind of make sure that it stays in perpetuity into being a downtown music venue. Wouldn't that be cool? Because I got a funny feeling you guys are all having a really good time. Because one of the things I've heard is, wow, it sounds great in here. Wow, it's comfortable. It's all sorts of neat things. And I noticed no one running off to hand out literature. Thank you for doing that. But no, it really is a wonderful place, and it is a wonderful thing that's going on. And if you can support it any which way, tell your friends about it. Tell them to come down and see it. Because either which way, no matter how long we stay open, it's got to have people in it. It needs bums and seats. And tonight, just thank you for all coming out. Pretty darn good show, though, eh? Connie Kaldor, the dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, give her back on stage.
Duncan Showroom. We used to be Duncan Garage in Show Bar. This is an odd song. I know they're all a bit odd, aren't they? None of them really fit the mold. But this one I have for many, many years. I'd written it about because I love space and science and the stars. If there's any grade 6 teachers, that's an excellent year where they tell you all about the universe. And I'll watch all of those, like Quirks and Quarks. I love that show and the science shows, and watch anything that involves anything telling about space or stars, or it's just I just love overwhelming things. Maybe it's because I come from the prairies and everything seems overwhelming, but well, that's also probably because stars are really all that's going on the prairies after 9:30 at night. So maybe you get an excellent view of the aforementioned. Anyway, we were sitting around, and there'd been a lot about space. Chris Hatfield had been up there. Our planetarium was just doing a thing. They've been talking about space and stars and things like that. Paul said, remember that song you wrote about Andromeda? And my big thrill for this song, I have to say, was that I got to dedicate it to the Quirks and Quarks. Yeah, I got to dedicate it. Rondell, I got to dedicate it to him. We did a show with him at a fundraiser for literacy. So that was my big thrill. And the other there were some of you that in the audience were here at our Farm Fest this year. Yeah. And there, because it's outdoors in the middle of the prairies, we sang, I think one of my favorite times of singing this was at the Farm Fest where you guys were there, and we got to turn out the lights so people could actually look up and see the stars while we sang it. So imagine that you're in the prairies at our Farm Fest. It's a Bring Your Own Everything festival, so you're sitting in your own lawn chair. Jehovah's Witness don't bring their lawn chairs for you to sit in.
I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. I wonder if they think like me. Do they gaze through the stars of Andromeda? Think about their closest galaxy. 'Cause there are more stars in the universe. There are grains of sand, and the distances between them more than I can understand. But then sometimes I feel light years apart from people when I'm standing in a crowd, and imagination's easy to push up beyond the Magellanic Cloud. And I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. I wonder if they think like me. Do they gaze to the stars of Andromeda? Think about their closest galaxy. I'm a tiny soul on a tiny world. If you look at it from space, it goes round and round, all green and blue, despite the human race. But then sunk inside at the speed of a light, that you have nothing to say. And I wonder if there's someone who's just like me out beyond the Milky Way. And I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. I wonder if they think like me. Do they gaze through the stars of Andromeda? Think about their closest galaxy. Yes, I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. And I wonder if they think like me.
Thank you. Gabrielle is with a band called Les Barricades. We'll give you a little taste of what they might be doing.
Hi, everybody. Whoa, you answered. That's awesome. Cool. Well, unless you speak an old dialect of Neapolitan Italian, you're not going to be able to sing along with this next song. Some of you may have deduced by the last song that I sang in, I did have some classical training. I did turn to the dark side for a little while there, but I'm back. And, you know, when I came back from when I studied classical music for many years, and then when I came back, I decided I want to do music like this again. And I had to find kind of a style of music that could now accommodate my new skills and my new palette of sounds that I could make. And because there's nothing worse than, like, hearing a classically trained musician trying to sing, like, folk songs and pop music. It's tough to listen to. So I had to find a style of music that, it made sense and it didn't sound totally ridiculous. And so I found gypsy music. Yeah, there we go. That's right. So I started delving into this world of gypsy music. Thank you. Started delving into this world of gypsy music. They're so good. Started delving into this world of gypsy music, and I looked at my repertoire of songs that I'd learned while I was in school, and I started finding all of these songs that, you know, are just folk songs that some classical composer, you know, wrote chords for and said it's his, but it's not. It's just an old folk song. So this is an old Neapolitan folk song. It is the most stereotypical, you know, Italian kind of folk song you could imagine. It's about a young man who is singing to this woman that he's in love with, and she's sitting on a balcony, and he's singing to her about all the beautiful things around them. This is called Mare Chiare. Quando spunta la luna a mare chiare, pure i pesci che fanno all'amore. Se revolta tollone del mare, la priezza cagnano colore. Quando spunta la luna a mare chiare, a mare chiare c'è sta una finestra, la passione bianca e tuzzulea. Un carro fa nuotora, dinto la testa passa l'acqua per sotto i murmulea. A mare chiare c'è sta una finestra. A mare chiare c'è sta una finestra. Mi dici che le stelle sono gente, non sape sbocce caduti nel fronte. Sti due stelle li saggio io solamente, in tal cuore ne tengo il ponte. Mi dici che le stelle sono gente. Gettate caruli callaria, e dolce quando mai è da tutti e poi ci ho aspettato. Ma accompagna il suono con la voce na stasera, una chitarra ci ho portato. Chi dici che le stelle sono gente. All'aria ai Thank you. My name's Gabriel. I have a band called Les Barricades. Look up our website. It's awesome. Our website is so new and shiny and lovely.
Linda's fighting cancer out in Vancouver. Sometimes she is so sick she can't get up all day. And as her world shrinks down, reports are gone over, that same old storyteller still seems to find a way. She sends us tales of strangers, prayers in parking lots, moments as glorious and tender as she feels. What goes on while the rest of us rush by? Stories of magic and the things we know are real. stories of magic and the things we know are real. I've got another friend who's a singer out on the East Coast with her husband and her son. They fought so hard to stay, and as her world shrunk down, friends all gathered round. All their tears and wishes couldn't keep the worst at bay. No one looks for trouble, but it finds us all the same. We pick up the cards, we don't get to deal. Still she sang so sweet, with all the love in her, and the way she sang was magic, and the things we know are real. The way she sang was magic, and the things we know are real. It makes me stop in my everyday and be grateful for the ones I get to meet along the way. It makes me stop, and in that moment that I steal, I feel the sunlight through the window, see the painting on the wall, hear the laughter from the kitchen, and the beauty of it all. Beauty that is magic, and the things we know are real. Beauty that is magic, and the things we know are real. Beauty that is magic, and the things we know are real. Thank you. Okay, give them a little bit of taste here. We want to get you in the Saskatchewan mood for this next song. We want you to get you in the Saskatchewan small town dance mood for this song. Take you out of this lovely, warm, moist, fabulous place. Take it out of the beauty of Duncan, away from the ocean as far as you can get from the ocean, to the heart of culture in Saskatchewan, the Legion Hall or the Knights of Columbus Hall. It's right next door to the Legion Hall. In the Prairie, there are long halls with a kitchen at one end, and then there's a stage like this, just high enough to keep the band sober. And the only difference between the Knights of Columbus and the Legion Hall is the picture at the back of the stage. It's the Pope or the Queen. And that they're all the same. Back there, instead of Longevity John, instead of the popcorn and the very cool things, you'd have the Ukrainian Ladies Pierogi SWAT team cranking out 1,000 pierogies an hour. Getting out the midnight luncheon, cutting up the buns and the turkey, and the band would be all related. We're the typical family band for this. You can just imagine. We have the fiddle player, and then the rest of us are just related to the talented person. Okay, you have to imagine that we're all in matching outfits, too, and we have a name like the Saskatoons, or Johnny and his musical mates, or Harvey Showers and his orchestra. Okay, Alexis Campagne and his orchestra. Okay. Polka, you this?
find yourself in this situation, the young woman here, you might find yourself, perhaps after you've been dumped, your friends will try to cheer you up and invite you to their wedding in the prairies. And then be wary, because this is what happens. You'll find yourself made the bridesmaid. Yeah, and the bridesmaid dresses in the prairies, there's 3 mystical fabric layers of every bridesmaid's dress. It's a satiny layer in a color like fern or peach, something that's very unflattering. But it doesn't matter, because there's 3 layers. There's a satiny layer, then there's a stiff netting layer that rubs where you don't want to be rubbed. And then there's like a soft netting or fancy layer over top. 3 layers. But what happens is you get to the prairies, it's very dry, unlike here. Well, this is exactly like the prairies if you took away all the ocean, the people, the mountains. The only thing left would be hockey, and that's a lot like the prairies right there. That's it. It's always hockey day in Saskatchewan. But there you are. You're in this dress, and it's essential, because that's how it's the immigration policy of Saskatchewan, how to get people to come back. It's the wedding dance. They make you wear the dress, and it's of these 3 layers. And what happens is you get a dance like the last one where you're dancing the polka, and the 3 layers start rubbing together, and then it creates a positive ion imbalance, and pretty soon you have electrons spinning around. About midnight, you had about 5 or 6 Ryan Cokes that comes with the event. It's the champagne of the prairies. Watch that. 5 or 6, and about midnight you'll reach your critical mass point. Well, you will be unbelievably attractive to every bachelor in the hall. Now, they won't be as good looking as the guy beside you. I'm just warning you. No, they'll be like, the terminal bachelors. There'll be a tsunami of leisure suits heading your way. Most of them are kind of guys that blow their nose without a hanky and drove in their tractor there because they lost their license about 10 years before. But they're single, and they're hopeful. They're very hopeful. Prairie's is a very hopeful place. And they'll be attracted to these spinning electrons instinctively. They're heading before you. And if you're really smart, about that time you go past the square section of the midnight luncheon table, hoping that maybe the sex in a pan or the chocolate quickie will distract them while you can get out the back door, down the... But you're in this heightened electron state, and pretty soon they're spinning around. They're held by the underwire in your bra and the bobby pins in the hairdo and the same dyed pumps. And you head down out through the thing, and at the end of the parking lot, you'll automatically, these little electrons will start dragging you towards the large silver belt buckle at the edge of the parking lot. This is the danger zone. Because in that heightened electron state, you'd be convinced that this is the answer to all of your prayers. You won't notice the weed killer mentioned on their hats. No, you'll just think, oh, snap buttons, handy. That'll be the only thought in your head at that point, this heightened electron state. And the next thing you know, the band will have sobered up. You'll hear them, and you'll hear it coming from the hall. Pretty soon you find yourself dancing with this perfect stranger at the edge of the parking lot. He cannot believe his good fortune. First of all, you're very beautiful and attractive, and you're not related to him. It's a danger zone there. If he doesn't grab you now, you'll have to wait till September when the new teachers come in. Warning it how it goes, love in the prairies. And about that time, the mayor will get up in the hall, and you'll hear it across going, "Is it on? Is it on?" And it'll be a gorgeous evening, a night with magic stars and fabulous things, and the smell of sweet grass. Stars that are unbelievable, make you feel like you're the last 2 people on the entire planet. Da 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 You can play it all on an old time tune, heard across a field from afar. You can blame it all Prairie and a night with the sky full of stars. Who needs a dream? Everybody. Those without hope need to. Life has enough sad little lessons that we must all go through. But tonight watch the sun go down and the sky turn a crimson hue. If you feel a tug at the strings of your heart, if that's unfamiliar to you, you can blame it all on an old time tune. Cross a field from afar, you can blame it all on that prairie moon. And a night with a sky full of stars. Who likes love? Everybody, except those who've lost a few. Nothing can empty the heart so fast as to find that your love's untrue. Ah, but whether your heart is empty or full, we all need a night like this. Time to dance, a hint of romance, and if you take a chance on a kiss, you can blame it all on an old time tune heard across a field from afar. You can blame it all on that prairie moon. And a night with a sky full of stars. 'Cause who wouldn't choose to go back to the night that you danced, heard a simple tune? Who wouldn't choose to go back to the night that you danced beneath an innocent moon? La, 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 la. Oh, you can blame it all on an old time tune. Cross a field from afar. You can blame it all on that prairie moon. A night with a sky full of stars. And a night with a sky full of stars. Thank you. Well, tonight we have lots of family and friends, great friends and family here. And I also have my sister here and her husband. She hasn't been on my show for a long time because they live in Tumbler Ridge, which is not exactly easy to get to. But I thought that I'd dedicate this song to her because she's such a super mom. My sister's the kind of person that arrives here. My mom's spending 3 months here in Parksville for the winter, thanks to my brother. And my sister comes down, and she arrives with hand-picked blueberries frozen in her cooler, a big, huge bag of Saskatoons, homemade buns, but they have no food in Vancouver Island. But not that we're complaining, we didn't mention that, but may all your, well, I should just say, this is called That's What Mothers Do, and it's kind of because it's not easy being parents. It's just a hard job. There's no manual. And it seems like every time every age, I don't know, Karen, do you find this? Every age you think, oh, it's going to be easier. When they can walk, it'll be easier. Oh, when they go to school, it'll be so much easier. New math. Oh, when they can drive, it'll be so much better. Oh, sorry. all your friends be true. And everything you do feel right. May all your morning windows be filled with sweet sunlight. May you always walk with pride. May you never stumble and fall. May all the dreams you have come true. Yes, I wish for it all. I know it's just a wish, and they sometimes don't come true. But that won't stop me wishing, 'cause that's what mothers do. May you laugh and smile each day. May there be tears that touch you too. And may all your troubles seem like something that you can't get through. May you always walk with pride. When you're lost, may a path appear. May you in your darkest hour know that somewhere love is near. I know it's just a wish, and they sometimes don't come true. But that won't stop me wishing, 'cause that's what mothers do. We know that people can be cruel. We know that life's not always fair, and the odds are good you love someone who doesn't really care. But may you not love them for long. May they fade into the past. May they be the one you learn from before you find the one that lasts. I know it's just a wish, and it sometimes don't come true. But that won't stop me wishing, 'cause that's what mothers do. Ooh, oh, that's what mothers do. Thank you. Oh. And now, just that you know you aren't left out, dating advice for young men. I can see you getting nervous.
This is
right
for
there.
you, Tal.
This is for
This
you,
is for
Tal.
you, Tal.
Thinking about you. We're always thinking about you, Tal. We got your back.
What? This is going to be a
Don't even know
fabulous
what's
solo
coming
part in the middle there. I met a man who never had any luck at all. He'd go on a date and then he'd wait, patient for her call. But then it seemed his luck had changed, and everywhere he went. It's the last time we're sitting in the front row, isn't it? He had a woman on his arm, and they looked so content. I asked him what the secret was that made his life so nice. He said, my Ukrainian grandmother gave me some great advice. She said, if you like her pierogies, she'll like her kubasa. Listen up, you little doggies, it's a universal law. 'Cause some like buns, some cabbage rolls, some even like coleslaw. But if you like her pierogies, she'll Okay, now we need a big nose flute solo in the middle of this. Well, there's more to this. Even I don't know why we can really top that song.
Jazz school.
Yeah. Would you like to hear some classical number on the nose flute? Well, give him a little bit of the classical number. Give him a little bit of your classical chops. Flight of the Bumblebee.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't keep up.
So many years of music school.
Let's get back to the serious number here.
Let's go to the serious. That's about advice. Come on. It isn't over yet, and there's a sing-along portion, so brace yourself. Just be thankful there's no actions. Now, some men think that all it takes is a fancy car. Some men think that money will make up for who they are. And some men think it's chocolates and flowers and you'll score. But if they listen to their grandmother, they'd all come back for more. 'Cause you can read of Mars and Venus, you could even pass the test. But if you're lucky enough to be Ukrainian, Mama knows best. Says if you like her pierogies, she'll like your kubasa. Listen up, you little doggies, it's a universal law. 'Cause some like buns, some cabbage rolls, some even like coleslaw. But if you like her pierogies, she'll like your kubasa. Everybody now, you like her pierogies, she'll like your kubasa. Listen up, you little doggies, it's a universal law. 'Cause some like buns, some cabbage rolls, some even like coleslaw. Keep singing, there's pierogies, she'll like your kubasa. The advice that you could be taking, you can like them plain with sour cream or with bacon, and you'll like your kubasa. Ah, yes, there's no lows to which we will stoop to get notice of the Duncan Showroom. Yes, anything can happen. It's about a little river in southern Saskatchewan. A little river about, just a song about this little river in southern Saskatchewan. Not a big river, nothing roaring, racing, making it to the sea or anything like they have here. Not much. You can't really pick up speed. You don't have any big mountain you're coming out of the old white. Coming out of Old Wives Mountain kind of ranges there. Old Wives Hills, okay, not really mountains. Coming out of the Wood Mountain Hills and going to Old Wives Lake, that's it. This place is a local parking spot. And I know that some of you have had, might have sung this in choirs. It's gone around, it's been a choral arrangement done by Willie Zwodeski. You can sing along, it'd be cool. Won't you come with me where the Wood River flows? We'll watch it meander slowly as the sky turns from red to dark as that sun goes down. Throw our arms around each other and tell the dreams that are deep in the heart, as the heart is bigger than trouble. And the heart is bigger than doubt. But the heart sometimes needs a little help to figure that out. So won't you come with me
So won't you come with me where the wood river flows, little wood river knows. Thank you. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. I want to thank all of our friends and family for coming here. I want to thank my family for coming and all of you for showing up and filling this, making it sold out. I love those two words. My favorite words, sold out. And I want to thank all the volunteers and people that keep the showroom going. And of course, Longevity John. He has him and his nose flute that keep the wheels of music working, rolling in Duncan here. Yeah, of course, the sound man. I'm going to thank him. All of the crew here have been great. And of course, it is the best decorated venue in Canada. I will definitely say it's Ducky. It's just Ducky. See, him and I both love thrift stores, you see. I mean, literally, I'm selling Parksville. It's got great thrift stores in Parksville. It's got great. We've already been already. I've been 2 hours in Parksville, and I was already down at the thrift store. So there you go. My sister bought me some dishes. They were excellent. Anyway, this is about a waitress in a husky truck stop. It's an old song of mine. Bird on a Wing, of course. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you for warming up the Friday night here in Duncan, beating away the rain. It's now gone. I'm convinced it's probably not even falling down at all. That storm has just passed us by. It went on to dump on Vancouver. They're just getting washed out now, but not in Duncan because we are in the blessed zone of hockey land and music and the Duncan Show Bar. If you buy her... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't thank my band, of course. People up here. Now, just take your family for granted, don't you? Just take them for granted. Paul Campagne on bass and guitar. Producer of my album and co-producer of my children. And Gabriel Campagne from a group called Les Barricades. Look him up. Alexis Campagne. Look up his alexiscampagne.website. He's got a new record coming out. You got to catch it. If you buy her a dream, she'll follow you anywhere. Any old truck stop that this world might bring. She's a heart held down. This little town, she's looking to find a bird on a wing. Bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She knows in her heart she's destined to fly like a bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She's waiting for you to fly by. She makes a small hole in the frost on a window, and she's looking out. There's so familiar things, and she lets her mind slip from the small change and the napkins. Her heart's looking out for a bird on a wing. Bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She knows in her heart she's destined to fly like a bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She's waiting for you to fly by. Alexis Campagne on the fiddle. She stacks up the cups, counts out the few tips, but she's humming a tune that a drifter might sing. She gets to thinking
you very much for coming out. Paul Campagne, Gabriel Campagne, Alexis Campagne. Sorry. Get lucky. I got my rabbit's foot through salt over my shoulder. I'm doing everything to get lucky tonight. I read my horoscope. I got planets in my favor. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'll get lucky tonight. I might meet somebody special. Mr. Right, he'll make me happy and how. But if I can't find that kind of fortune, I might settle for a Mr. Right now. I got my rabbit's foot and loose all over my shoulder. I'm doing everything to get lucky tonight. I read my horoscope. I got planets in my favor. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'll get lucky tonight. I've got all my favorite clothes on, and I have got the little devil in my eye, and I have practiced my conversation openers. Might not work, but hey, you gotta give 'em a try. 'Cause I've got my rabbit's foot through salt over my shoulder. I'm doing everything to get lucky tonight. I read my horoscope. I got planets in my favor. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'll get lucky tonight. Oh, everybody wants to get lucky. Have a little story to tell. Ain't the nicest thing about strangers is that they don't know you that well. Ba ba and I've got my rabbit's foot through salt over my shoulder. I'm doing everything to get lucky tonight. I read my horoscope. I got the planets in my favor. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'll get lucky tonight. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'll get lucky. I'm crossing all my fingers, I'll get lucky on my toes, but I'm not gonna cross my knees though. Crossing all my fingers, I'll get lucky tonight. Well, Alexi, this is your chance to play jazz. This is my big jazz classic. I keep thinking maybe, you know, Diana Krall might pick it up sometime and sing it. I love that dog. Way he runs up to me when I call, way he chases his favorite red rubber ball. I love that dog. Well, he stands on his hind legs and chases his tail all over the place. Way he stands on his hind legs and licks my face. I love that dog. Maybe he's kind of bad sometimes. Maybe he barks too loud at night. Yeah. Maybe he chases some old cats over the fence. But he's not the kind that growls, and he's not the kind that bites. I love that dog. The way he smiles when I'm sorry. Sorry, I got it wrong. I love that dog. The way he smiles when he sleeps. The way his eyes and paws flutter when he sleeps. I love that dog. The way he smiles when I pat his head, the way he curls up and snores some nights on my bed. I love that dog. Maybe he is a little bad sometimes. I mean, who isn't? Maybe he barks too loud at night. Maybe he chases some old cats over the fence. But he's not the kind that growls, and he's not the kind that bites. And on those days when it seems
having a friend. He's so glad to see me that he wags his whole back end. I love that dog. Give a little soloing in there, Alex. I love that dog. Oh yes, I love that dog. Yeah, I can see Diana Krall doing it. I love that dog. Thank you very much. Thanks to Paul Campagne, Gabrielle Campagne, Alexis Campagne for going with whatever happens.
I done had my fun. If I don't get well no more,